Hi, today I'm going to recap the movie titled Black Island. Note spoilers ahead. Watch out and stay safe. At the beginning of the movie, a girl is standing on the beach by herself, far from the lookout. She sees a big dog running toward her. She tried to escape and run towards the lookout to hide, but it was too late, and the dog was able to kill her. After she was buried, her grandson Jonas and his father were there to honor her. After 4 months, the Jonas family was driving their car on the road when all of a sudden, they saw a woman driving a fast car that was coming toward them. The family car that Jonas drives hits a tree. This accident leads to the death of Jonas' parents. The closest person to Jonas was his girlfriend Nina, who knew that Jonas wanted to move outside the city where they lived, because he had no one left to live with him and he wanted to go to his aunt. He was with his grandpa Friedrich, who told him that he could stay in his house until he turned 18. After that, he would be free to choose what to do. He was happy about that and chose to stay. Jonas was with his friends on their way to school the next year. They learned that they have a new teacher named Helena who will teach them German since their old teacher got into an accident. She will teach them until their old teacher comes back. The first class she took was on the beach. She told the students that she was moving to this city and would need help moving her things after the class was over. She asked Jonas, Nina, and Florian to help her and go to Helena's house. They put the rugs on the floor and set up the closet. Then Nina just happened to walk into the building. She learned that the teacher lived in the same country as their German teacher, but she didn't think much of it. Nina hurts her foot by accident, so they have to take her to the hospital. She let Helena stay at her house. She went into the building to get a box that she had hid so no one would see. What was in the box was taken out by her. It was a surprise that the box had a lot of pictures of Jonas in it. She looks at the pictures and then sets them on fire. She told them at school the next day to write a poem and turn it in the next day. Nina tries to write a song but can't. She asks Jonas for help because he likes writing and poetry. She read the poem the next day after he helped her do that. Helena asked Jonas to talk to him alone after the class was over. She told him that she knew the song Nina read was written by him because of the way he writes. She asked him to show her the rest of his works so she could judge them. He brought a book of poems with him when he went home to see her. There was a hint of lust in her eyes as she changed her clothes in front of him. She then read some of his poems and claimed to be moved enough to cry. As they got closer, they started kissing each other. They were on their way to school the next day. He felt scared about what he had done, but she told him he was an adult and that what they had done was beautiful because of what Helena did. Nina sees that Jonas and the teacher seem to have this strange relationship at school. After a few days, there was a session at the school. Friedrich was in charge of the conference and started to talk about how he fought the government over the need to close schools. As he talks, he looks at Helena and seems to know who she is. He loses his balance and hits the ground. Jonas comes running over to help him. Friedrich looks again, but Helena is gone, so he doesn't see her. Nina knew what was going on between Friedrich and Helena. Nina was at home with Jonas after Friedrich left. That's why she asked him if Friedrich and Helena had been together before, because she thought something had happened before his grandfather passed away. Jonas didn't think Helena had anything to do with what happened to his grandfather, though. Nina gets mad about this, so she leaves. When she left the house, she thought someone was watching her. She was scared as she walked. Helena was ready to go when Nina got up. She went inside and slept with Jonas. She got up early in the morning to leave the house before anyone saw her. However, Nina saw her from behind the car. This girl went home and saw that the door was open. She knew the teacher was with Jonas, so she left. Jonas then wakes up and goes to check on his grandfather. He asks him if he knows Helena, but his grandfather denies knowing her. In the school library, Nina was searching through the schoolteacher's books from previous years in order to uncover any relationship that might link Jonas' grandfather and the teacher. She found a girl who looked like Helena and had the same haircut as the one she had at the symposium, and she was called Maria. Suddenly Helena comes. Nina tells her that she knows that the German language teacher was traveling to the same country she came from because she saw the suitcase with the name of the country she came from written on it. She told her that she had definitely done something to the German teacher to take his place and get closer to Jonas. Helena could not control her temper and attacked Nina, strangling and killing her. She suddenly heard the voice of Jonas, who was looking for Nina. She went to him and asked him why he was late for school. He told her that he stayed with his grandfather to check on him. He asked her about Nina. She told him that she had just left the library. She returned to the library and started crying because of what she had done. She hid the body with a curtain. She left the library. After work ended, she took the body out the back door of the school and put it in the car. She also took Nina's bicycle. After that, she threw the body somewhere far away and returned to her home. She found that Friedrich had come to her house, but she refused to open the door for him. Even though she knew that he had seen her through the window, she was deliberately not opening the door for him. At night, she would prepare narcotic pills and grind them. After that, she receives a text message from Jonas, who asks her to come to him at his family's house. He sent her the home address. She went to him and he told her that Nina was missing and that he was worried about her. She tried to reassure him and tell him that she might have disappeared because she loved him and felt jealous. So she disappeared from him and would return after a while. He carries the guilt himself. He told her that what happened between them was wrong and should not have happened. She pretended to be upset. He tried to apologize to her. They actually spent the night together. After that, he returns to his grandfather's house. The next day, his grandfather woke him up and told him the terrible news. They found Nina's body thrown on the beach. He and his grandfather ran to check what they heard. They actually found Nina dead. Friedrich could not bear the shock of the news and fainted. He got a heart attack and had to stay in the hospital. The doctor asked Jonas to go too and get some rest. But he continued to cry because he was sad about the loss of his friend, and he does not believe that she died by drowning. Rather, he thinks that someone killed her. He starts looking the last place Nyan was. They searched the library, pulled out all the information of the school's former teacher's staff, but they found that a paper had been cut from inside the book. So they turned to the school computer to see the entire school staff. At the same time, Helena was going to visit Friedrich in the hospital. She told the clerk that she was his daughter and wanted to check on him. She entered his room. He knew who she was. She told him that because Maria is her mother, he will remember her when he sees her. He asked her where she was when she went to meet him. She said she had been waiting for her mother to come back for a long time, but she hadn't. This day is very clear in her mind. Even though she is only 4 years old, she was waiting for her mother to come back when cops arrived and found the body of her mother in the water. She decided right then and there to get back at him by killing his whole family. We find out that she killed his wife by letting the dog kill her. She also killed his son and his wife. Only Jonas is left for her to kill. Helena wasn't at her house when Jonas went to look for her. He goes back to his grandfather's house to sleep. He woke up the next morning to Helena's voice telling him to open the door. She told him that she had talked to the hospital executives about having his grandfather get medical care at home instead of in the hospital. He asked to talk to her by herself. He told her that Maria, her mother, worked at the school and asked her what his grandpa had to do with that. A call comes in from his friend Flo. While she makes coffee, she tells him everything. She tells him to answer the phone. She adds drug powder to her coffee when she makes it. After that, she put Friedrich's bed in front of the window so he could see what was going on with his grandson. He drinks the coffee that she gives him. After that, she told him that her mother loved this city a lot and that she got together with Friedrich and started dating. She was born to them, so she was his aunt, but from a different mother. Then she told him that his grandpa had killed her mother because she had asked him to recognize Helena, her daughter. He refused, so he killed her. Jonas loses his balance and hits the ground. When his grandfather looked at what was going on, he started shaking and fell to the ground. She then goes to the pool with Jonas. She tells him she just gave him drugs. Then she tries to drown him, but he pulls away and out of the pool. He hit her and quickly ran home. He came across his grandfather lying on the ground. But before that, Helena had struck him and tried to choke him. But he grabbed a piece of glass and hurt Helena. Friedrich had a letter from Maria in his hand. She told him in the letter that she was going to kill herself because she had tried everything to get him to notice her daughter, but failed. If Friedrich could have told Helena that he didn't kill her mother, he would have. But it was too late. Jonas chose to leave town. He didn't kill her mother because it was already too late. Jonas chose to leave town. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.